So next one's from Jason Turpin from Mint Hill, North Carolina. From Mint Hill, North Carolina, weighing 265 pounds, Jason Turpin. Hey, last week Title Match Wrestling released a 3-minute montage of Rick Steiner burying Konnan. The same day he nearly paralyzed Buff Bagwell called Konnan careless, reckless, and lazy. Rick also had his DC on Whitehead's potato with Konnan in the last Nitro. The interview was old, but it seems like there was real heat there. Have you guys made peace, Sis and Disco? What do you think about these disparaging comments? I've seen this. This is from way long ago from Rick Steiner. And trust me, I think Rick Steiner is definitely far more laid back today.
Well,
especially with his kid being.
So, I've gone over this a couple of times, but obviously this guy hasn't heard it. The bottom line is this was at the end of WCW, okay? Mm-hmm. And Shane Douglas was supposed to come out, and he came out late, so he kept hitting me until Shane Douglas came out. Now, they were pretty stiff, and I remember that when I saw the interview, I was like, okay, this is coming from Lex Luger's mouth, not Steiner's, because he even goes, yeah, he heard Lex Luger. And when he was talking about me, he was saying that I was lazy and all this other shit. Right. That's the same that Luger was saying about me backstage. And it's funny because Luger, who was really good friends with Bagwell at the time, was trying to get Bagwell kicked out of the NWO.
Right.
Yeah. I don't think he was ever in the Wolfpack. From the NWO, and then they were trying to get me. Then he convinced Nash to try to get me kicked out, and then Sting went to Bischoff. That's why I'll always have respect for him. He goes, bro, the guy's on the road with me. These guys aren't making the road trips, and he's super over. And Eric kept me in the NWO as long as he could because Lex was determined to make sure. Now, we have no heat now, but I'm just telling you the story how it was. He had so much heat because he'd never been hurt ever in his career or had to get surgery. And we did this spot where I'm in the corner, and I'm doing the 1, 2, 3, and then he's going to push me off or something, and something was out of sync, and he tore his bicep, and he was telling everybody, oh, Konnan's lazy, and Konnan's this, and so everything that Steiner said there was regurgitated. I can tell you word for word from, and he was kind of like putting up for his friend Lex.
All right.
Because I actually saw Steiner in Puerto Rico maybe 3 or 4 years later, and that day I was really, and I was like, bro, I just want you to tell me the truth. Were you A, trying to hurt me, or 2, and it was just me and him. There's nobody there to separate us. Doesn't mean I'm a tough guy, but I had had enough of this, and I just wanted to find out the truth. I go, were you trying to hurt me, or did Eric send you to do that? And he goes, no, Eric did not tell me to do that. He goes, Shane Douglas was late coming out, and I just wanted to make it look real. That's the explanation he gave me. Yeah. I got nothing but love for Robbie anyways. I was a big fan of his before I started to wrestle.
It's funny, too, how Luger, it's like if you go back in the history, if you look back at wrestling and you look at Luger's work,
right?
Like he wasn't highly skilled, right? Like, he's kind of...
Right, but he looked like a star.
But he looked like a star.
Pushed like a star.
Well, let me tell you why he was pushed like a star. Through the power of Luger talking, he maneuvered his way through the top echelon of like the brass and people running the show and everything, and basically got his way most of the time, which is a fact. It's like Luger. I mean, how often did Luger, like if you go back and look at Lex Luger on TV, okay, Joe, if you go back and look from the time he started, how often did Luger like take a hit to his stock on that show on professional wrestling? Like, how often did he do jobs? How often, if he did sell off, come back the next week and get his heat back? Yeah. Like, Luger talked his way into staying strong in the show. And I'll profess, it's just because of the way he can coerce you into doing what he's asking through the power of through the strength of like his.
Yeah, but it wasn't just that. He had a star look that was 100%. Undeniable, and you had to push him. It was almost like Sid Vicious. How do you not push somebody that looks like Sid Vicious? And he wasn't a power talker.
And when he was in a position of like this in WCW, because WWE, whatever. But when he was in WCW, when he was in a position where it was like all right, you're in a very important spot tonight, he always came through. Like if he needed to do a money promo, he cut a money promo. Right. If he had a big match, main event match, the match was good.
Right.
He never really had like when the light was shining on him, he never had a stinker. You know what I'm saying? So he was,
but in this era of wrestling, they would hate his wrestling.
Oh, of course, yeah. Like, I don't know. You never know, though. What if Luger talked his way?
I don't think,
he could Luger talk his way through the locker room today. There's no doubt about that.
Yeah, he could Luger talk his way, but there's no way he could keep up with today's work.
He always he would cut a money promo when he had to. He always looked impeccably fit.
Right.
Like he was never ever
he looked like a star, talked like a star, acted like a star, dressed like a star.
Yeah.
Yo, what's up? I just want to thank you guys for watching this clip. Don't forget to hit the like button, leave a comment, and subscribe. And join our YouTube membership for hours and hours of exclusive, unedited, uncensored content. And being a member will help you get involved in our upcoming live streams. Thank you for your support. Thank you for riding with us. I know you got a lot of other podcast choices, be it wrestling or other ones. And thank you for picking us. Boom.